Have you ever had one of those nights where you're lying in bed, the room is quiet, the lights are off, but your mind just won't settle? You keep shifting from one side to the other, checking the clock, 10:30, 11:45, 1 a.m., and still no sleep. Maybe you even whisper to yourself, "Why can't I just fall asleep?" And here's the thing, you're not alone. As we get older, this becomes more and more common. Nights that used to be peaceful can suddenly turn into battles with racing thoughts, restless legs, or that stubborn wide-awake feeling. And the cruel part? The more you want sleep, the further it seems to run away. But let's be honest, this isn't just about being tired the next day. It's deeper than that. Poor sleep steals more than your rest, it chips away at your energy, your mood, even your memory. It can make the heart weaker, the mind foggier, and everyday life feel heavier than it should. For seniors especially, sleep isn't a luxury, it's one of the most powerful medicines for the body and the mind. And yet, it's often the one we overlook. Now, here's the good news. What if the answer wasn't found in another sleeping pill, but in your kitchen? What if certain foods, the kind you can easily find at the store, could gently nudge your body into a state of calm, help you drift off faster, and keep you sleeping more peacefully through the night? That's exactly what we're going to uncover in this video. I'm about to share with you 7 powerful foods that can transform your nights, not just what they are, but how to eat them the right way to get the best results. Because it's not only about what you eat, but also when and how you eat it. And here's the part one love most, these are not complicated recipes or expensive solutions. They're simple, natural, and practical choices that anyone can make. By the end of this video, you'll know how to turn your dinner plate or bedtime snack into your very own sleep remedy. But before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Comment down below with the words, "Sweet dreams," if you're ready to finally enjoy the kind of restful, healing sleep your body deserves. And don't forget to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide, because every day we share tips and insights to help you age with comfort, peace, and health. So, let's get started, because tonight could be the beginning of a brand new chapter in your sleep. Let's begin with something small but powerful, almonds. Imagine this. Dinner is over, you've cleaned up the dishes, and now it's evening. You're getting ready for bed, but deep down you already know, it's going to be another restless night. Your body feels tired, but your mind is still running. That's when a simple handful of almonds might just be the little secret you've been missing. See, almonds are more than just a crunchy snack. They're rich in magnesium, a mineral that quietly works behind the scenes in your body. Magnesium helps relax your muscles, calm your nerves, and even regulate melatonin. The hormone that tells your body, it's time to sleep. Think of it as nature's gentle switch, helping to ease you into rest instead of forcing you into it. But here's where many people get it wrong. Some avoid nuts at night because they think they'll gain weight. Maybe you've even heard someone say, "Don't eat before bed, it'll just turn into fat." The truth? When you eat almonds in moderation, the opposite happens. They actually help stabilize your blood sugar levels through the night. That means fewer sudden wake-ups at 2 or 3 a.m. and more steady, peaceful sleep until morning. The key is portion and preparation. You don't need a big bowl, just 6 to 8 almonds, about the size of a small handful, is enough. And choose them plain, not heavily salted or roasted in oil. Natural almonds give you all the calming benefits without the extra sodium or additives that can disturb your body's rhythm. So, if you ever find yourself lying in bed, muscles tense, mind buzzing, remember this, sometimes the smallest foods carry the biggest solutions. A few simple almonds, eaten about an hour before bedtime, can set the stage for a deeper, more restful night. But maybe you're not in the mood for something crunchy before bed. Maybe you'd rather hold something warm in your hands, something soothing that almost feels like comfort in a cup. Well, the next food is one that's been passed down through generations. Now let's move to something that feels less like a snack and more like a ritual, warm milk. You may remember being given a glass of warm milk as a child, right before bed. Maybe it was your mother, or your grandmother, handing you that simple cup with a smile, saying, "This will help you sleep." Back then, it may have just felt like comfort, like love poured into a glass. But here's the thing, there's real wisdom behind that tradition. Warm milk isn't just an old wives' tale. It's full of nutrients that speak directly to your body's sleep system. One of the key players is tryptophan, an amino acid that helps your brain produce serotonin, which then turns into melatonin, the very hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. And then there's calcium, another vital nutrient in milk. Calcium doesn't just strengthen your bones, it also helps your brain use tryptophan more effectively, boosting melatonin production even further. So, with every sip, you're giving your body the natural tools it needs to shut down and rest. Now, I know what some people think. Warm milk? That's just a myth. It's psychological, it doesn't actually do anything. But that couldn't be further from the truth. The science shows us that it really does have an effect. And it's not just the nutrients, it's the warmth. When you drink something warm, your body relaxes, your nervous system calms, and your brain gets a signal that it's safe to let go. It's like a gentle hug from the inside, telling your body, you can rest now. Here's the best way to do it, pour yourself a small glass. No need for a full cup, just enough to soothe. Warm it gently, don't boil it, and skip the added sugar. Sweeteners may feel comforting in the moment, but they can spike your blood sugar and leave you restless later in the night. Keep it simple, keep it natural, and let the milk do its quiet work. So tonight, if you're lying in bed and the silence feels heavy, imagine cradling that warm glass between your hands. Take slow sips, feel the heat spread through your body, and notice how the tension starts to fade away. And speaking of tryptophan, there's another food that carries it in abundance, one you've probably experienced after a holiday dinner when everyone starts nodding off at the table. Now let's talk about something many of us have noticed but never really questioned: turkey. Have you ever wondered why, after a Thanksgiving dinner, everyone seems to drift into that drowsy, heavy-eyed state? Plates are cleared, the laughter fades, and one by one, people start dozing off on the couch. That sleepiness isn't just because of the big meal, it's closely tied to the turkey on the table. Turkey is naturally rich in tryptophan, that same amino acid we talked about with warm milk. Tryptophan is like a quiet messenger to your brain, helping it release serotonin, which later transforms into melatonin, the hormone that sets your internal clock for sleep. But turkey does more than just send a sleepy signal. It's also packed with protein, and that protein plays a very important role for seniors. It helps regulate nighttime hunger. Because let's be honest, waking up at 2 a.m. with your stomach growling is no way to enjoy a good night's rest. By having just the right amount of protein from turkey in the evening, your body stays satisfied longer, giving you a more stable, uninterrupted sleep. Now, here's where many people get it wrong. Some will say, eating turkey late at night is too heavy, it'll sit in your stomach and keep you awake. And yes, if you eat a whole plate piled high, it can feel heavy. But the truth is, in small amounts, turkey does the exact opposite. A couple of lean slices, or a little ground turkey in a light evening meal, won't weigh you down, it will actually help calm your system, steady your blood sugar, and prepare your body for rest. The key is balance. Think of it this way, you don't need a holiday feast to benefit. Just 2 slices of lean turkey breast, or a small serving of ground turkey paired with some vegetables, is more than enough to do the job. Simple, light, and nourishing, that's the sweet spot. So the next time you're looking for a gentle, natural way to settle into the night, consider adding turkey to your dinner. It's not about the size of the meal, it's about the quality of the nutrients that help your body relax. But of course, not everyone wants meat at night. Some of us prefer something lighter, something refreshing, and even naturally sweet. And believe it or not, there's a fruit that carries its own calming magic. One that science has linked to faster, deeper sleep. Let's talk about kiwi. There was a fascinating study where adults were asked to eat kiwi before bed. The results were almost unbelievable. They fell asleep 35% faster than those who didn't. Imagine that, just by adding a simple fruit to your nightly routine, sleep came more easily, and rest became deeper. For anyone who has spent long nights tossing and turning, that's not a small change, it's life-changing. So, what makes this little green fruit so special? Kiwi is packed with serotonin, the very same chemical that calms the brain and helps regulate sleep. Serotonin is what your body uses to produce melatonin, that sleep hormone that tells your brain it's bedtime. On top of that, kiwi is loaded with antioxidants, vitamin C and carotenoids, that reduce inflammation and support overall health. Together, these nutrients create a gentle, natural pathway to better sleep. But here's where people sometimes hesitate. They think, fruit at night? Won't that spike my sugar and keep me awake? That's true for some fruits, but kiwi is different. It has a low glycemic index, meaning it releases sugar into your bloodstream slowly, without the sudden rush and crash. Instead of waking you up, it helps keep your blood sugar stable through the night. Here's how to do it right. Have 1 or 2 kiwis about an hour before bed. You can eat them plain, scoop them out with a spoon, or slice them into a small bowl. Keep it simple, and let the natural nutrients do their work. Not only will you be nourishing your body, but you'll also be setting the stage for longer, more refreshing rest. So the next time you're looking for a light bedtime snack, don't overlook this little fruit. Kiwi may not look like much, but inside, it holds one of nature's quiet secrets for better sleep. But fruits aren't the only sweet option out there. In fact, there's another fruit, deep red, tart, and delicious, that has been called nature's very own sleeping pill. Let's talk about cherries. For some seniors, cherry juice has quietly become their natural sleeping pill. And the beauty is, it doesn't come from a pharmacy, it comes from the fruit bowl. Imagine finishing your evening with something sweet yet nourishing, knowing it's gently guiding your body into rest. That's the hidden power of cherries. Here's why they matter. Cherries are one of the very few foods that naturally contain melatonin, the hormone that controls your sleep-wake cycle. When you eat cherries, or drink tart cherry juice, you're essentially giving your body an extra dose of what it already needs to fall asleep and stay asleep. It's like handing your brain a reminder note that says, "It's bedtime now, let go." But here's where a lot of people make a mistake. They rush to the store and grab cherry juice that's loaded with sugar, thinking it will help. The problem? Added sugar actually cancels out the benefits. It can spike your blood sugar, leave you restless, and even cause you to wake up in the middle of the night. The secret is to keep it pure, no sugar, no syrups, just the natural fruit itself. So, how do you enjoy cherries for better sleep? You don't need a lot. Try a small handful of fresh or frozen cherries in the evening, or pour yourself half a cup of tart cherry juice, unsweetened. It's enough to give your body that gentle melatonin boost without overwhelming your system. And because it's natural, your body knows exactly what to do with it. Picture this. Instead of struggling through another long night, you close your day with a small glass of tart cherry juice, or a few juicy cherries in a bowl. You savor them slowly, and within an hour, your eyelids grow heavy, your body softens, and sleep comes, without force, without worry, just naturally. Now, cherries are powerful, but sometimes what we need isn't just food, it's a ritual. Something warm, calming, and deeply soothing. And that brings us to one of the oldest and most trusted bedtime traditions in the world. Let's talk about chamomile tea. Sipping a warm cup of chamomile tea before bed can feel like wrapping yourself in a blanket from the inside out. It's not just a drink, it's a ritual, a moment to slow down, to let your thoughts settle, and to tell your body, the day is over, it's time to rest. Many of us remember parents or grandparents turning to chamomile for calm nights, and science today shows that this wasn't just tradition, it was wisdom. Chamomile contains a natural compound called apigenin. This antioxidant gently binds to specific receptors in the brain, reducing anxiety and quieting the mind. Think of it as nature's whisper, easing the mental chatter that often keeps us awake. Once a pigeon in does its work, sleep doesn't feel forced, it simply arrives, naturally, as it should. There's a misconception I hear often, that herbal teas are weak or simply a placebo. But chamomile proves otherwise. Clinical studies have shown that drinking chamomile tea can actually reduce nighttime awakenings and even improve overall sleep quality, especially in older adults who struggle with staying asleep. It's not just a comforting ritual, it's a science-backed solution. So, how do you prepare it for the best results? It's simple. Steep 1 tea bag of chamomile in hot water for about 5 minutes. Not too short, not too long, just enough to release its calming compounds. Drink it slowly about 20 to 30 minutes before bed. And here's a key tip. Avoid mixing it with teas that contain caffeine, like green or black tea, because even a small amount of caffeine can undo the benefits and keep you awake. Picture this, your home grows quiet, the day fades away, and you sit with a warm cup of chamomile in your hands. Each sip slows your heartbeat just a little, your breathing deepens, and by the time you set the empty cup down, your body is already on its way to rest. Chamomile is gentle yet powerful. But sometimes, the answer to better sleep can be as simple as reaching for a fruit you probably already have in your kitchen. Something creamy, comforting, and surprisingly effective. Let's end with something simple yet powerful, bananas. A banana before bed may sound odd, but don't underestimate it, it's truly one of nature's most sleep-friendly snacks. For many older adults, restless nights aren't just about racing thoughts, they're also about the body itself. Aching muscles, stiff joints, or even leg cramps that strike at 2 in the morning. That's where bananas quietly work their magic. You see, bananas are rich in potassium and magnesium, 2 minerals that act like natural muscle relaxers. They ease tension, calm your nervous system, and reduce the chance of those painful nighttime cramps that can jolt you awake. And here's the bonus. The magnesium in bananas works hand in hand with your brain to regulate melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. Now, there's a common fear that bananas are too sugary to eat at night. But the truth is, bananas contain slow-digesting carbohydrates, not the kind of sugar that spikes and crashes your energy. Instead, these gentle carbs actually help melatonin do its job more effectively, so your sleep is deeper and less interrupted. Rather than fueling you up, a banana helps power you down. So, what's the best way to enjoy it? Keep it simple. You can eat half a banana plain if you want something light. Or, for extra comfort, slice it into a small bowl of warm oatmeal about an hour before bed. The warmth of the oatmeal combined with the banana's natural sweetness creates not just a snack, but a soothing ritual, something that tells your mind and body, it's safe to relax now. Think of it like this, while sleeping pills force your body into rest, bananas gently guide it there, naturally, without side effects or dependency. It's a soft nudge, not a hard push. And sometimes, that's exactly what we need. Now that you know these 7 powerful foods, let's tie it all together and talk about why this matters so deeply, not just for sleep, but for your health, your memory, and your quality of life. Struggling with sleep isn't just frustrating, it goes deeper than that. It can slowly chip away at independence, at memory, and even at the simple joy of living each day to the fullest. When nights are restless, mornings feel heavier, thinking becomes foggier, and even the smallest tasks feel like climbing a mountain. And for many seniors, that exhaustion can spill over into everything: mood, relationships, health, and the ability to feel strong and capable. But here's the hope I want you to hold on to. Every good night of rest is not just about feeling less tired, it's a step toward protecting your memory, strengthening your heart, and regaining the energy to live fully. Sleep is not a luxury. For older adults, it's one of the greatest medicines nature has to offer. And the beauty is, you don't have to depend only on pills or prescriptions. Imagine, instead, using food, simple, natural choices, to gently guide your body into the rest it has been craving. No harsh chemicals, no fear of dependency, just everyday ingredients that nourish and calm you from the inside out. So here's my gentle challenge to you, tonight, don't just go through your usual bedtime routine. Try one of these 7 foods. Maybe it's a few almonds, a small glass of warm milk, or even a slice of banana before bed. Pay attention to how your body responds. Notice the difference in how you drift off, in how deeply you stay asleep, and in how you feel when you wake. Because the truth is, small changes can create big improvements over time. The path to better sleep isn't about drastic steps. It's about mindful, nourishing choices that build up night after night. Better sleep is not out of reach. It doesn't have to feel like a battle. It can be nurtured, cared for, and nourished, one mindful choice at a time. And you deserve that peace. You deserve nights where your body feels calm, your mind feels quiet, and your morning begins with strength instead of fatigue. So today, we've uncovered 7 powerful foods: almonds, warm milk, turkey, kiwi, cherries, chamomile tea, and bananas. Each one has its own way of helping you drift off faster, sleep deeper, and wake up more refreshed. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these foods will you try tonight? Or maybe you already have a bedtime snack or ritual that works wonders for you? Share it in the comments below. I'd love to read your experiences, and I know others watching will benefit too. If this video helped you, if it gave you a new idea or even just a little bit of hope, subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. Here, we share practical ways to age with comfort, with peace, and with health, because your later years can still be strong, joyful, and deeply fulfilling. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Sleep well, stay strong, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.